the chairman of the German Bishops' Conference has suggested that the first meeting of this new national group, this body that they've come up with that would be composed of bishops and lay people, they would be calling it a Synodal Conference, and this is based on the German, the Synodal Way is what they call it. Remember, this is different from the actual Roman Synod on Synodality. So the German Synodal Way is the best way to phrase it so that you understand what's being talked about. The German Synodal Way has come up with this democratizing group of bishops and lay people to say, oh, we're going to make decisions on church issues. It's all going to be done together in this synodal spirit of democracy, essentially making bishops mean almost nothing because the lay people are getting to vote on this. And they have said that the first meeting can't really go forward because the Vatican has not approved it yet. And without Vatican approval, they're not going to be able to move forward. So they're going to delay the planned meeting of it later this year. And the pillar says this is very important because essentially it's going to prevent the German bishops from really working together as a group in general. Their national bishop sort of conference will not really be able to meet because they've already said the way we're going to do it is with all these lay people in. So if their new format can't be approved, they can't really work together as a group. And the long and short of it is the pillar thinks this might mean that Rome can deal with the troublesome German bishops on a more private individual level and basically make these problems go away in a less public way. Now, for you and I, Sarah, who would love to see maybe a scene out of the film Beckett with Richard Burton, where he comes out with the excommunication and they're dousing the candles on the floor and everything like that.
Would that be so wrong, Jake?
Wouldn't that be great? That'd be super satisfying. But still, the end result of this.
So much scandal coming from the Synodal Way, I would kind of like to see that. But at the same time, I do wonder if it would be better for the church if we simply had the correction behind the scenes that results in correct messaging coming out of the German church. Yeah. I can relent to the fact that if it's better for the church, I should want it. But the idea that they're going to hold off without explicit Vatican approval, even under the guise of a provisional or informal session, is actually really important, I think.
I think so, too.
What we have seen out of the Synodal Way and of the German bishops has been, at least up until very recently, a sort of taking upon their own authority, past what the Vatican has given them, past what the hierarchy would allow. Yes. And that's been one of the problems.
Yeah, past even these apparent compromises the Vatican was trying to do, like with fiducia supplicans, where they're trying to say, hey, we'll let you do even informal kind of spontaneous blessings of these people who come to you. And Germany keeps pushing the issue.
Yeah, exactly. So they seem like they're impatient and wanting to go in a certain direction, which fortunately Pope Leo is not willing to go.
Yeah, I think that should be clear by now.
Yeah. So the idea that they're actually just going to stop and not even start doing these informal sessions, which is what I would expect, honestly. Yeah. Given the history, I was expecting they'll just say, oh, well, maybe we don't have official approval yet, so we'll just go ahead and get together and, our statements that come out won't have any official power, but we can at least talk about the issues. What's the harm in that kind of thing? That's what I was expecting. So to have them actually say, no, we're not going to do that because that would really defy the convention and in some sense, at least implicitly, defy the Vatican and what's being asked. And we've had this, of course, in the wake of, I think it was just last week, we were reporting on the potential for sanctions coming out and towards the German bishops. Yes, so this may actually be a response to that sort of escalation of threat. Yeah. Again, when you have these messaging that comes from the Vatican, the threats aren't quite that explicit most of the time. So to have them talk specifically like they did about the mention of potential sanctions and the hope that we don't have to get to them was a big deal.
In Romanese, that is essentially a threat. And as far as that's saying we're going to take action, that's not declaring. It's different from, say, that SSPX announcement, which said, hey, just so you know, if this is gone forward with, this is what will be the result according to canon law. that's not really a threat. That's just saying this is what happens when you do that. The sanctions issue is an actual mention, it might get to that point. And what the pillar suggests here is that basically if the bishops are not willing to move forward with this without Roman approval, that means that probably less than the number of bishops they need in Germany support this. So support is falling even in Germany for going through with this, which is a great sign, God willing. In any case, so that is some good news. Let us pray that this continues. Let us pray for conversion of heart for those who are still trying to push these things in Germany. That's what we really want to see. We want